Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.
This podcast is a Vasilis Scarley's production.
Hello everyone, I'm Kennedy.
And I'm Vasilis.
We run Changemaker Z, a student-run initiative that aims to empower, educate, and connect Gen Zers interested in entrepreneurship.
We interview teenagers with impactful projects and create resources to help you change the world. If they can do it, so can you.
On this podcast, we discuss the logistics of creating different types of projects with Gen Zers who have already done it. We will leave our social media and website information in the description. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the Gen Zers to Rise podcast for season 3. With us in the studio is Patience Adesominu, a high school graduate passionate about animal rights, sustainability, climate change, and body positivity. Today we'll learn more about Teen Discuss, a platform that gives teenagers the opportunity to connect and discuss issues of the world today and find solutions to them. Welcome, Patience.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Of course, we're so excited to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and, what's your involvement with Teen Discuss?
Okay, so hello everyone. Like she said, I'm Patience. I'm a high school graduate. I'm the founder of Teen Discuss. This is an organization that aims to connect teenagers from all over to discuss world issues while finding solutions to them. So it all came about with my co-founder, Peace Timothy. We came about this idea just last year and we're able to bring it to life. And we've had like 5 podcasts and 2 Zoom sessions so far. And it's been exciting and an amazing journey.
That's so exciting. And we're going to get into all the different stuff you have later. But was there a specific moment that sparked the creation of Teen Discuss? Or it's kind of some, you always wanted to do?
So yes, it's like a process, to be very honest, because it's something that I've always wanted to do. It has been on my mind for so long, but I didn't talk about it with anyone. It was just on my mind. I didn't know what to do. So my co-founder as of now, Peace, was the one I told about the idea first and foremost, and she was so supportive. And she was like, "Yes, let's do that. Let's do this thing, let's do this project." And she just gave me the boost and like, okay, I have someone to support me and feels like this is a great idea. So I was like, okay, yes, let's do it. So that was how it came about. So I wouldn't say it was like a specific moment because it was like a process of thinking about it before I finally just told my friend and she was like, yes, let's go about it. So yeah, that was how it all started, to be honest.
I love your enthusiasm. It's great that you this was your goal and then you actually did it. I would like to learn, why is it so important for young people to have a stand when it comes to discussing pressing issues?
So yes, I love to say this to every young person that I meet. We are this generation that is so vibrant, we are energetic, but at the same time we are living the work for the people in power. They are old now, they will soon be retiring, they will soon be going to their families and resting. We need to start, being active. Teenagers feel like, the people in power should be the one taking the risk. They should be the one making decisions. But I feel like it's really important for we young people to start taking a stand and being active because we are the future. We are the ones who are going to experience all these challenges later. So it's very important for us to start working on it now. And we should start, involving in projects to enable that the SDGs and everything is being worked upon. So I feel like it's really important for us young people to have a stand, especially in discussing these issues, because I feel like a lot of young people don't know what's really going on in the world right now. So it's really, really very important.
Thank you so much for mentioning the SDGs. We had a previous conversation with the DNCT twins from Nigeria also, from where you are from, and it was an important matter for people to learn more about it and then had a petition. So for those that are interested to learn more about it, let's go and listen to this amazing episode. But for now, what are the different components of your organization, the Team Discuss organization?
So yes, we have a lot of components because we are basically trying to connect everyone from all over. So it's like a video and audio communication. So first off, we have the team. We have like me and my co-founder. We are in charge of everything, like just overseeing everything and making sure everything is okay. Then we have our team members. Each team members have different roles related to the special skills. And then we just started this ambassadorship program. We haven't really, started working on it. That will be February, but that also is part of it. And we have those to oversee the social media pages and so on like that. So it's really like so different, but yet we're united in solving one global problem. So yeah.
Yeah, and that global problem, is it just like information, like providing information kind of?
So what I would like to say is that Teens Discuss, like the name implies, is just basically discussion. And you see, discussion is something that is really important, to be very honest, because we started our first Zoom session after the entire session, and one of the those who came chat with me privately, and she was like, I really love the session. You know why? Because I was able to build up that confidence. I felt like when I speak, people don't listen. I feel like when I speak, people don't really think my idea is a good one, or I feel left out sometimes. So she was able to like build up that confidence that yes, she can be active in, this type of discussions or world issues and stuff like that. So I think that discussion is something that brings up connections, collaboration, partnerships, and also new ideas. That is why I love this phrase that says effective communications often brings about effective ideas. So that's what our like motto and everything that's backing up the organization is all about.
I love that, and it's so true. Like, there could be so many reasons why you feel like someone's not listening to you. It could be because, especially being young, or like a woman or whatever. But do you think that there are advantages to being a young person when it comes to getting involved in reaching the sustainable development goals?
I feel like there are advantages, there are disadvantages. It all depends on the road you're taking, because being a young person, I feel like you are more like likely to get more, discouraged, and you're also more likely to get more encouraged. It goes both ways because, yeah. Being a young person, most of the time I see like people in leadership positions, they'll be like, oh, you founded this organization, that's really so cool and amazing. I would like to support your organization in any way that I can. And we also have peer pressure, like, why are you even doing this in the first place? Don't you have any other things to do? So I feel like there are advantages and there are also disadvantages, but I would like to say that there are more advantages than disadvantages. So one of the advantages is that you are inspired, you get more connections, you get to broaden your horizon, you get to learn more, and you get to connect. So those are some of the advantages.
An optimistic way of thinking. That's great. So what are the sustainable development goals, and what can we do to get closer to reaching them?
So basically the SDGs are these 17 global goals that were like put together by the United Nations to make the world more sustainable and better for us all. And what we can do to reach them is basically by, one of the things we can do is what we have already started discussion. And we need to make people more aware of what's really happening. I'm telling you, I have friends that don't even know what the SDGs are. They don't have an idea. So it's really important that we get to enlighten people the more. I was the type of person that didn't even know what climate change was. I have to be very honest. Like, I had to go through the process of learning about it and understanding it properly. It was really confusing at first, but I think I get the idea now, and I'm working towards fighting and working for a change towards climate change. So I feel like it's really important for us to enlighten first, then we have to build partnerships. We have to collaborate. We need to find new ideas. We need to go with the flow as technology is expanding and developing. We need to change, go with the change as well. So I feel like the first thing we need to do to reach those goals is just to enlighten people first. You can enlighten a person that will be the person to bring this big idea to change, the situation of climate change. But if that person is still in ignorance, we can't be able to get the idea. So first thing, we need to enlighten people.
Yeah, it's true that many people don't really know what SDGs are, and maybe it's too confusing for them. Actually, today I had the discussion with Manas Patil. There was a connection through LinkedIn, and we talked about many different stuff. And actually, she realized in her community, she's from India, that people maybe not only they don't know about things like that, but also they don't care about to learn for them. And this is what we want to do through the podcast or through your organization, to make people to start believing on them, to understand that they exist, they are real problems, and we need to find real solutions to them. And so the perspective is, what are the strategies that you use so that more people can know more about your initiative, and what has worked for you so far and what hasn't?
Okay, yes. Thank you for that question. When I had to talk with my co-founder about the idea, to be very honest, I didn't know we would come this far. Like, I was just like, let's just have this small discussion first and see how it goes. And we had the first one, and we had people say, oh, I want to join the second one. And people say, okay, I want to be in your podcast. So we never had this like, this is what we do to like bring in more people at first. But now that we've seen that we have a broader audience, we've started collaboration. We've connected with 3 organizations, and to bring in more audience and to be able to impact more people. So that's one of our strategies for now. We are having partnerships. That's one of the SDGs, partnership for the goals. You need to connect with people with the same vision to bring in more people to impact. So that's one of our strategies, and it has worked. It has worked because we had an event not so long ago with one of our partners and we're able to reach a more broader audience, and which led to more people like registering for future podcasts and Zoom sessions. So yes, that's one of the main strategies.
I'm so happy to hear that and hear that you're broadening your audience. And I just wanted to kind of touch on the fact that you didn't know what you were doing at first, but you still did it, And that's kind of what my mantra is this year. I don't really do New Year's resolutions, but it's if you're scared, do it anyway. That's kind of what I've been doing. So basically that, if you're scared, do it anyway. It's kind of what you did. That's what you have to do. And then I wanted to ask, is your initiative only based in Nigeria, or I think you kind of said you expand a little bit, but do you have any places you're have any places you're planning to expand to? Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. So basically, my co-founder and I are originally from Nigeria. So if we're to call it an headquarters, our headquarters is based in Nigeria, if we were to call it an headquarters. But we have team members from all over, and we have audiences from all over. So now we are trying to make it more broad, and that is why we started the ambassadorship program, which is we are having Teens Discuss Global as the main hub. Then we're going to be having for example, Teens Discuss South Africa, Teens Discuss India, so they can communicate with other teenagers in their respective countries, maybe in their language, in their mode of speaking, anyway, to just reach more, this broader audience and impact more people. So basically, we are, the founders are from Nigeria, but we are, global. We are everywhere.
Okay. And I kind of want to know about your team dynamic. How do you keep everything organized to make sure everything's on track, and you're managing a YouTube channel, podcast, and more? So what's that like?
So it's actually very easy. Our team members, like I said earlier, we have roles within the team members. So we have people that are involved in, managing events. We have people involved in everything related to tech. We have people, team members involved in hosting, and so everyone has their own specific work to do, so it makes it easier. So if there's any duty call, so everyone knows which line they fall into, so it's really seamless. Other people can contribute, but everyone has their own duty, and it's really, really very easy. And managing a YouTube channel is not hard for us, because everyone just has their own role, so you can just it's easy. Where you are, what you're functioning at, and it just makes it seamless, and everyone is not stressed and what to do.
It's true that each team member is involved in so many interesting and impactful projects. If you check out the website teamdiscuss.org, you can find all the team members. But I would like to learn, what are each of you working on outside of things discussing?
Oh, thank you. So when we had team members, we had amazing, people who said they wanted to be team members, and each of them had this, amazing insights on life. Many of them are already in projects. One of us is even a founder of an amazing organization. So, we are also different yet united for one purpose. So, we are working on a lot of things outside Teens Discuss. Actually, I'm an high school graduate. I'm also a part-time baker and a part-time tutor. I tutor online. So I still manage Teens Discuss as well, and we have our team members. We just kind of dedicate time to engage in stuff for Teens Discuss. To plan out events. It's really seamless and very easy, to be very honest. Even though some of us are high schoolers, some of us are applying for colleges. We have different things going on, but yet we still have time to come together and talk about the future of Teens Discuss.
Do you have any advice for people looking to start their own initiative?
Yes, actually, I have two advices. So the first one is go for something you're passionate about, something you love doing. So I feel like a lot of us, when we're trying to found an initiative, we just want to do it for the sake of, I'm trying to apply to a competition, so I need to start this org now, so I can, or you can do it for the sake of, yes, I can get funding and stuff like that. Some just do it for the sake of, what they're going to get, not in regards to the purpose they're trying to fulfill. So I feel like you should do something that you feel like, yes, I truly want to do this to make an impact in the world. And you see, a lot of those teenagers do it for the external benefits, and which is something that is really wrong. You should do something that you really love doing. So at the end of the day, so if there's any challenges, if there's any difficulties, you still keep on going. You still love what you're doing. You are still able to manage what you're doing, even though maybe you didn't get funded, you're getting discouraged from all over, but you still love what you're doing, and you're able to with the little impact you're making, you still love what you're doing. So I would like to give advice to teenagers that whatever you're trying to find, make it something that you really love doing, something that you're able to do seamlessly. Even when you're sleeping, you can think of an idea of how to improve on the organization. And secondly, have a goal, a vision. So it's something that I tried building as a teenager, because if you have a vision, you always wake up thinking of ways to get there. So one of the things I do personally is that I have a mission statement for the organization. I also have a mission statement for myself, things that I planned to do this year. And last year, to be very honest, I didn't even think that I would have a website for Teens Discuss, but I wrote it in the goals anyway. I told my co-founder we're going to have a website for Teens Discuss. She was like, you're going to have to buy a domain. I was like, yes, we'll have it anyway. And I was confident. And to be very honest, I didn't know that I would have a website, but we just launched it not so long ago, and it's really, really amazing. So I feel like you should have something that you work towards every day. You can make it a profile, like your wallpaper on your phone. So when you wake up, you look at your phone, you'll be like, yes, that's one of my goals for this year, and I need to do something today to work towards it. So I think that every teenager out there, if you're trying to found an initiative, have a goal for the initiative, what you're trying to achieve for the year. And trust me, everything you do will just, align to the purpose you're trying to, fulfill. So that's my advice.
That's great advice, and I love the urgency on do it today, because so many times with our personal goals we can just whatever, I'll do it whenever, and then it never gets done. I've done it. I mean, come on. Speaking of New Year's resolutions, who else has given up on them? Some of them so far. So no, do it today. Make a goal for yourself so you actually have something to work towards. And how I remember in high school, you kind of mentioned this, people do stuff for extracurriculars to get into college. But
yes,
I feel like if you just do that when you're trying to do an initiative or something, you're not going to do it. It's too much work for it not to be something that you actually love and care about. So
yes.
And then I want to ask you, for people who would love to get involved, where can you find your podcast, your Instagram, your social, stuff like that?
Also, yes, if you wish So and on Facebook we are Teens Discuss, and our podcast is on Anchor and Spotify, Teens Discuss as well. So that's where you can find our main socials, and on YouTube as well is also Teens Discuss. So our name is there. Yeah.
We're gonna link all that in the description as well. So yeah.
An amazing episode came to its end, and it was the first episode of season 3. Did we mention that we are celebrating 1 year of Gen Z Rise podcast today? It's incredible that we have reached so far. We can't wait for you to discover all the interesting topics that we will cover in the next weeks. Thank you so much, Patience, for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Don't forget to write your thoughts and questions on the discussion community. You can find the link in the description or at the Changemakers app, available both on iOS and Android devices. Until next time, don't forget to change the world. Bye.
Thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. We had such a great time. Make sure to leave us a review. If you want more Changemakers content, you can follow us on Instagram at Gen Zers to Rise and on Facebook at ChangemakersZ.